Well, winter is right around the corner, and this morning we're helping you make sure your house is ready.
Yep, here's our home renovation expert, Tom Garcia, with what you need to do to your fireplace before you fire it up for the first time this season.
Well, guys, the temperature is coming down, and so we're turning those heating systems on in our home, and we want to make sure we're efficient. We're also saving energy with them. Well, I've got Kelly Curl with me this morning with Curl Enterprises. Kelly's a heat and air technician, licensed. Kelly, let's talk about like a fireplace here. Folks can be turning these things on. What should we be looking for to make sure they're operating properly?
Tom, there are a few things that we want to be concerned about. The first is our primary, making sure that our damper is open in the attic so that all of our CO2 and combustion is leaving the flue. We also want to make sure that our flue assembly itself is clean, that the flame sensor is cleaned so that way you don't have any problems when the electricity goes out. So
literally we could use a vacuum cleaner perhaps or wipe things down, make sure the dust and all that sort of things that may have settled over summertime, we want to get that out of there.
Absolutely. You can pull the logs out and just make sure those burners are nice and clean.
And then certainly one last thing, this one has a remote and you may have different systems that operate in, but certainly when you turn on a fireplace system, you want it to ignite immediately like that, correct?
Right. There shouldn't be a long lag within the flame. That allows us the ability to understand that there's a pressure difference if there's not.
Yeah, so if it's lagging, sometimes you get that poof thing. That's when we definitely want to call someone like you, come take a look at that, figure out why that's happening.
Have a professional come out and go through it and clean it.
Absolutely. All right, guys, so great. It's a great time to have fireplaces going. They're so beautiful. We want to make sure they're operating properly and they're safe. Back to you guys.
He just looks right at home, doesn't he?
He does, all happy by the fire.
Turtleneck.
Yes.
Screams of wintertime.
Tom Garcia is warm. Warm heart, too.
Exactly. Yes. If you have questions for Tom, his warm heart will email you back. He's at tom@southernevergreen.com.
All right, this weekend, you'll be cranking up the heat, but before you do, you need to make sure the carbon monoxide monitor in your home works. Very important here. Here's home renovation expert Tom Garcia with some tips and tricks to keep your whole family safe.
Well, guys, it doesn't matter what type of system you have that's gas-fired in your home. It could be a fireplace, maybe it's a furnace, could be a gas water heater. A number of those components like that could be your stove. All of those have the potential to create CO2 and CO, and those are gases we want to be worried about. Kelly, let's talk about that. We've got a fireplace going behind us that we talked about earlier. You brought in a CO monitor this morning. These are so easy to use, but they save lives.
Absolutely, Tom. The catch to this is a $20 to $30 investment, and it protects you, your family, your pets, your siblings, whoever. And the key to this is a lot of them now actually come with a plug-in so that you have an extended battery life. You don't hear that chirp all the time. A lot of these now have a 10-year battery life.
It's amazing. I mean, every year I hear about someone dying from a CO poisoning. Somehow the system fails in some kind of way. And literally, you're talking 20, 30 bucks, and plug it in the wall. So our viewers need to understand there's no install here. You plug it in the wall around bedroom areas, that sort of thing, and now you've got protection.
We always want to try and install these in a central location right outside of bedrooms so that way when it does go off in the case of an emergency, you have time to evacuate.
Absolutely. All right, guys, so that's a real simple thing here. These are so easy. They're available at any big box store. They're very inexpensive, but get one in your home if you've got any gas system, any gas-fired system. It'll save a life. Back to you guys.
And if you have questions for Tom, you can always email him. His address is tom@southernevergreen.com.
Well, just thinking about the temperatures we'll see this weekend might make you shiver. So you fire up your fireplace, right? But it doesn't work.
Not what you want to happen, but it does happen all the time. Our home guru, Tom Garcia, he wants to make sure that it doesn't happen to you. Here are some of his quick tips.
Hey guys, all right, so the temperature's coming down. Those furnaces are being turned on by our viewers. We want to make sure those things are operating properly. I've got Kelly Curl with me again this morning, Curl Enterprises. Kelly, one of the main components on these things that can fail, that we really need to check is operating properly, you've got in your hand. It's a tiny little component, but boy, it's important.
Tom, this is a newer version of the graphite flame sensor that we have, flame rod that we use in most gas furnaces. This is called the Honeywell Glowfly. Now, this is a small part of the system, but it is what allows your flame to ignite. Now, many times throughout the year, I get the call, hey, the heat's not working, and this is a very simple fix that can be taken care of with good preventative maintenance at the beginning of the season.
So if you turn your system on, it's just simply not firing up, this is highly likely a component, because this is what heats up that gets it going, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, all right, so in general, what is it, if this component fails, what's this kind of thing cost to repair?
If we come out and replace one of these, you're looking at roughly somewhere between 120 to 170, depending on the type of furnace.
And then a GlowFly, like this little component, what's the lifespan of it?
So they give you a 5-year warranty, but we've seen them run as long as 10.
Very good. All right, so that's an important component. So we want to make sure, so if you've got an issue, this very well could be the component because it's the thing that goes out most often in furnaces, so not a big cost and it'll last a long time, especially the newer versions. So you may want to check that and have your furnace professionally checked by someone like Kelly, make sure it's operating properly and you're saving money. Back to you guys.
Well, Tom always wants to answer your questions.
Yep, it's easy. You just email him. It's tom@southernevergreen.com.
All right, this morning's clouds will lead to rain tonight, and soon the temperatures are going to take a plunge, and that will have you cranking up the heat.
But that doesn't necessarily mean you'll have to shell out more cash. This morning, Tom Garcia has some tips to save you money, and the key is your thermostat.
Well, guys, no matter what type of heating system you may have, whether it's a heat pump, whether it's a gas, natural gas furnace, or a propane furnace, it doesn't matter. They all are controlled by a central component known as the thermostat. And I've got Kelly Curl with me this morning with Curl Enterprises. Kelly, this baby can save you a ton of money if you use it in the right way.
Absolutely, Tom. The catch to these thermostats, now this is the Lennox IEQ, which is a very high-end thermostat. This thermostat is designed to regulate temperature, determine temperature gain and loss so that it can go ahead and pre-think what the temperatures are going to be for up to 14 days.
That's amazing. I mean, I know it has all those capabilities. And so even if you don't have this type of thermostat in your home, it can be adapted to a thermostat that's maybe more high-end.
Thermostats are very easily changed out, and one of the keys to a programmable thermostat, which doesn't have to be a great expense, is that over time it will pay for itself in a short life.
It is amazing. And guys, even this thermostat that Kelly's talking about, it even has an app. You can put on your phone, you can check and change the temperature and such in your home, from work, if you will, anywhere you've got a connection to the internet. So it really is amazing how advanced this technology is on these systems.
It's phenomenal, and the key to it is the ratings in which it saves, because over time, within 2 or 3 degrees, you'll see a drastic difference in your energy bill.
Amazing. All right, so there's the key. Programmable thermostats, you just gotta remember, you gotta program them, or you don't get the energy savings. Back to you guys.
Yeah, that's like our house. We have one, but we haven't programmed it, so it just says not connected to your internet. We have to do that this winter.
Yeah, absolutely. Save you some money.
Yeah.
If you have questions, you can always email Tom. He's tom@southernevergreen.com.